Okay. There's YouTube. How we doing? I gotta pull up my chat for Rumble, and we'll be good. Yeah, we got a lot to go over today. Oh, a bunch of shit. Chat for Rumble. Shut up, me. There we go. Okay. There's my share. Awesome. Let me go to what I have tagged first, because I know there's quite a bit. Oh man, this China stuff, my goodness. That freaking flood, just insane. So here's a look from the other side, from Nepal, where the waters came from. Freaking terrifying. Nuts. Freaking crazy, man. Oh, for the love of God. Okay. No, I guess there's no sound on that one. Well, here's another look at the gas complex, Russian-Chinese joint venture in Russia, the Amur Gas Chemical Complex. Was to be one of the largest basic polymer production facilities in the world, 2.7 million tons a year, and apparently just happened to completely explode during final pre-startup stage after 7 years of construction. Just happened to, you know. Total chance. I'm sure we had nothing to do with it. Let me go all the way to the bottom here. Oh, there's another look at the Chinese. Woo! That's loud. Chinese flood. This is the dam that normally holds all this stuff back. Made pretty quick work of the dam. Like, really quick. Busted right through the door, and then not even a minute later, the whole freaking thing just gone. Gone. Whole dam. Oh, there's the aftermath now. Oh. Hundreds of people buried under there. Probably, I imagine, over 1,000. Crazy. Most of those people just, I bet they'll never find them. Like, what are they gonna do? Dig it all up? Like, freaking horrifying, man. Beautiful area, though. Like, if it weren't for all that. Okay. Oh, here's the part where it crashes through the border checkpoint. This is, like, in my opinion, the most crazy of all the footage out there. This is just insane. Like, I've never in my life seen anything like this before. Even in movies. Like, just difficult to comprehend the scale of that. Like, that is just, look at that. Look at that. But they're saying that this was caused by a very, very, very large glacier, just like the whole ass thing, like a giant, like 2,000, I think they said like 2,000 foot wide, just huge chunk of glacier that just dropped basically off the side of like an effing cliff, plunged 4,000 feet and crashed into the ground, pulverizing the ice, dumping it into whatever body, you know, I assume a river, whatever ran under it, busting it up into tiny little chunks, and then this slushy, muddy, ice water mess just like goes tearing through the mountain. And this one's crazy too. Just ugh. Wow. All right. On to other stuff. Oh, the guillotine. Yeah, there was this time a real guillotine in DC. Guess who brought it? All our favorite people. Some wacko from California got summarily arrested and chucked in jail. All right, where are we going to pick up at? Yeah, probably right there. That's good. Here's a look at the Chinese-Russian plant. Another look at the damage there. The whole thing, man, just... Again, I'm sure we had nothing to do with it. Maybe we didn't. I don't know, but with all the other stuff going on the last 24 hours, I think it was probably us. I think China and Russia didn't play nice. They were asked to play along when it comes to Ukraine and other things. Iran, more like, I think, maybe even more so. And they didn't. So, well, now stuff happens. Oh, and then we've had all kinds of crazy business going on in the tech world today. I don't know if it's spilled over into y'all's world at all, but it's been everywhere for me. I bet it probably has. I bet most of you probably caught wind of this today. It's been pretty big. So it's funny I mentioned Y Combinator the other day. Applied with a company that I'm trying to get off the ground. One of their wonderful people, what is his name? Ankit Gupta, decided to exclaim to social media at large that he just does not like flyover country people, doesn't want to hire them, and more than that, wants H-1Bs, likes H-1Bs, thinks they're better than you. Let me see if we can find the exact post here. What elements of H-1B immigrant culture do you not like? Is it the willingness to work long hours? Or perhaps the education focus of their children? All because some people were suggesting that maybe we should hire American first before we think about doing the H-1Bs. How dare they? No, Ankit did not like that. And it immediately drew the ire of basically everyone that isn't a retard in the world of tech, including none other than Palmer Luckey of Anduril. This is a clip unrelated to this, but he's talking about H-1Bs, so we'll play it.
Of course, there's so much H-1B abuse. You would not believe what I saw when I was in Silicon Valley. It is insane. It's obviously a program to try and replace U.S. workers with basically slave labor that can't ever escape. H-1B abuse is crazy. Of course, there's...
Yep. Based. I like Palmer. Palmer's one of the good ones. He also had more to say. To another guy, an Indian guy posing as a white guy on X. Let's see. He explained a little more about what happens in the world of H-1Bs. I unfortunately can't see what the guy, the Indian guy posing as a white guy said, because he has locked his account, just like Ankit Gupta, by the way. Actually, kind of makes you wonder if it is Ankit. So he was responding to Palmer, saying something along the lines of Palmer Luckey doesn't know what he's talking about, and H-1Bs are fine. In fact, they're great, and it just goes to severely depleted high tech jobs, and it doesn't hurt anything. It doesn't hurt anything at all. No one's getting their job taken, etc., etc. Palmer responds, I believe it because it is plainly true. The way staffing agencies and labor brokers abuse the H-1B program is very well documented. The guy tried to say that H-1B workers are not doing cashier jobs, unless illegally, but that's kind of the point, is that they're doing it illegally. Or like skirting the line, just barely. Says yes, it's done illegally, which is why I explicitly describe it as fraud. Everything I'm saying is true. Lots of easily verifiable examples, even if you say it ain't so. And then the guy continued to double down, and I think effectively tried to bet $10,000 that he was right. Mr. Luckey immediately dropped examples, and the guy just turned tail and blocked the entire internet. That's what happened in the world of tech today. It was a big deal. It was everyone was chiming in. People were not happy with Y Combinator. The head of the organization even had to chime in with a little token, just throwing a little crumb to the plebes. Where is it? Y Combinator supports hiring and funding Americans. Except when they don't. I hope that changes, because, I applaud and all. But I don't know. Okay, what else? Oh, here we go. U.S. says Chinese hackers broke into the Federal Reserve. And not just the Federal Reserve either. A whole bunch of other shit too. Where else? I know I tagged it. They broke into NASA. They broke into something else. A whole bunch of them. I thought I tagged it, but maybe I didn't. Oh, there it is. Infiltrated NASA, the DOJ, and other U.S. government computer systems. Yep. NASA, NIH, DOJ, Department of Health and Human Services. 3 Department of Energy National Laboratories. Oh, really? Wonder what they'd want in there. The Federal Reserve. Oh, and the Senate. Bussing in everywhere. Jeez. Okay. What else? Oh, this bitch. SPLC bitch. Heidi Beirich. Just declined to show for her hearing on her charges. Made her lawyers go in her place. Wouldn't show her face. Won't be able to avoid it much longer, Heidi. Oh, and the feds. Jeez, it just keeps coming. FBI arrests Massachusetts Democrat Rep Francisco Paulino on fraud charges. Quite a day today. After 9/11, DOJ created the Criminal Intelligence Coordinating Council to close the dangerous intelligence sharing gaps exposed by the attacks. 29-member interagency team that helps the FBI and our law enforcement partners coordinate responses, establish critical standards, and share life-saving intelligence. The Biden admin allowed that charter to expire in 2024. Allowed intelligence sharing measures to expire in 2024. I assume it must have been... Oh, it had nothing to do with the election, I'm sure. Yeah. So they're restoring that. Okay. Todd Blanche's leadership, the new CIC charter is officially signed. We skipped a few here. All right, there we go. Oh, and in this, the State Department reveals Portland Antifa connection to Hamas and Iran's IRGC. And other things. Other things, too. It's more so that Rose City is connected to, or Portland Antifa is connected to this Autistici Inventati group, and they are connected to the others. But what's the difference? It's all the same cancerous mass in the end. I think we might have some stuff to watch on this one, so we'll get... Oh, here. Actually, it's a thread. It's a really interesting thread. The AI collective, Autistici Inventati, builds and provides the digital infrastructure for violent Antifa cells and other radical left-wing networks in the United States and across the world. And today, the U.S. is designating them a specially designated global terror group. The Autistici Inventati Collective is an Italy-based hacker cell that provides far-left extremists with encrypted communications, calls, and web hosting services, all concealed from law enforcement. They're a central node in the far-left's war on our civilization. So much of that takes place in the digital realms. In fact, most of it at this point. One of the most violent communist groups in America relies on this collective, Rose City Antifa. They used a site hosted by these people to dox ICE agents, incite attacks against them at their homes, and organize terror attacks on Border Patrol helicopters. Wow. Jeez. Leading to a federal indictment. Several sites hosted by the AI Collective offer detailed guides on waging terror attacks on critical infrastructure through arson, bombings, and sabotage. How much of that have we been seeing lately? I mean, more than I'd like to. Urge to attack bridges, pipelines, the electric grid, and even U.S. military logistics centers. I wonder if they encourage arson. Setting fires to national forests. Maybe. On really windy days. I'm not saying they do. I sure wouldn't be surprised if they did. Anarchists waged a violent campaign against a police facility in Georgia using an AI-hosted site to dox government employees and share instructions on building bombs to target government buildings. Good golly. How did this survive? Up to this point? Like, how is this permitted to exist? In Italy, I think? Yeah. Hosts a site where foreign terrorists and anarchists document their acts of terror and urge others to stage attacks. A domestic terrorist boasted of his crimes on the site and was found guilty of bombing a police car and plotting to attack a federal building. These left-wing extremists calling themselves, remember them? Jane's Revenge, the firebombers, carried out a violent campaign stretching from Colorado to New York, bombing pregnancy centers across the United States. Mm-hmm. They provide services to U.S. designated foreign terrorist organizations and aligned groups like the International Revolutionary Front. The group claimed responsibility for numerous bombings in Italy, as well as the shooting of an engineering executive. Huh. That sounds eerily similar to certain things we've seen take place here in the U.S. Far-left extremist network plunged Berlin into darkness with an attack on Germany's power grid that left one person dead. The group used a site hosted by this AI collective to claim responsibility and publish calls for sabotage against industrial, corporate, and technological infrastructure. Anarchists sabotaged a rail line in Italy during the 2026 Winter Olympics and then took to an AI-hosted site to claim responsibility and publish a manifesto. Italian authorities arrested 7 suspects for terrorist association and subversion of the democratic order. SDGT, especially designated global terrorist organizations, designations block all assets of the designated entity under U.S. jurisdiction. Americans and those based in the U.S. are prohibited from transacting with or providing and receiving services from specially designated global terrorists. You would think. There will be no refuge for the far-left extremist networks that plot to violently overthrow free societies. The State Department will use every tool at its disposal to disrupt, disable, and crush transnational far-left terror networks. Uh-huh. Boy, what did we just see, like, just the other day? Where was this? Did they find an IED somewhere? Like, where was it? It was like just a few days ago, man. It was like it was near something, near like a power substation or something. I forget what it was. This might be it. Maybe not. Chandigarh? No, that's foreign. Well, I forget, but there was... Whoa, gross. Yeah, there was something, I could have sworn, like, past week or so, where some authorities found some stuff out in the woods somewhere. Yeah, I don't see it. Or maybe it was Germany, like near an airport or something. Yeah, like the explosives drone, that's what it was. Maybe it was this. Might be mixing it up with this. Yep. Okay, where were we here? Uh-huh. There we are. Okay. Council of Economic Advisors to the President. Chair Chris Phelan.
The Council of Economic Advisors has a report that says if you just look at where immigration has been more restricted or deportations have gone higher, rents have gone even farther down. So rent relief is a real thing. Cost of housing relief is a real thing, and this administration is making progress on that. It's a huge part of people's budgets. If you look at, I want to just mention one thing, which is that we did have inflation data come in. That matters for Americans. Core PCE over the last 3 months is what I like to look at, is 3% annualized. The 3 months before that, 3.9% annualized. So the thing that the Fed likes to look at, core PCE growth, is coming down. The Council of Economic Advisors has a report that says if you just look at where immigration has been more restricted or deportations have gone higher, rents have gone even farther down. So rent relief is a real thing. Cost of housing relief is a real thing.
Oops, that looped. Sorry, I was reading something else. Yeah, this one's a weird one. Joshua Culver, a.k.a. Maverick Young, he was accused of imitating the head of the NSA's Tailored Access Operations Unit. Oh, there's nothing there. He did it basically to like try and force info out of a local government office on his kid or something, which I guess isn't in his custody. It's a weird case. Yep, Putin reportedly preparing to escalate attacks on Ukraine after concluding peace talks have reached a dead end. Something happened the other day with that flight to Moscow. It's looking to me like they were given an ultimatum. Like, you need to chill the fuck out and maybe quit being dicks when it comes to Iran, so on and so forth. Support the reopening of the strait. And they refused. Clearly something to do with Ukraine, too. FBI, yeah, we saw that, arrests Democrat rep. Yeah, we covered that. Trump says CIA Director Ratcliffe's mystery trip to Moscow was not to warn Putin against testing NATO resolve. So, something else. Any word what? Okay, let's see. Ratcliffe was spotted at the White House on Wednesday after returning from Russia. Glenn Beck asked Trump about the theories that Ratcliffe visited to discuss Iranian sanctions or caution Putin. Trump said, well, none of the above. Interesting. Wonder what? He's there, you know, on very sort of semi-routine, I hate to disappoint people. It seemed anything but routine to me, but... Huh?
Did you get a burger yet?
I'll get one later. I'm not really hungry. That's fine. We would like to see the war with Ukraine end. That's a war that would have never started, Glenn, Trump said. John Ratcliffe is a fantastic guy. He's the head of the CIA, and he is not in there for any of the things that you said. Now, something may come out, out of it. We're working very hard to get that war ended, and frankly, they both want to see it ended at this point. Ratcliffe's visit was the first known trip to Russia by a CIA director since, William Burns visited in late 2021, as U.S. intel indicated Russia intended to invade Ukraine. Trying to get him to maybe chill out. I don't know. We'll see. Wonder what happened. Oh, okay. Chairman of the Afghanistan Withdrawal Special Review Panel, Sean Parnell, says his team uncovered classified documents that were stashed and hidden away in safes.
We are conducting a thorough review of what took place in Afghanistan, and I'm going to be honest with you about what that's turning up. The deeper we look, the more there is to look at. We are finding things that we did not expect. Recently, my team recovered highly relevant classified documents, material that should have been disclosed, stashed, and hidden away in safes where they would not be found. And after the team reviewed these documents, it became clear why someone tried to hide them. I'm not going to give you a convenient version of the truth, nor will I give you a rushed one. Here is my commitment. We are following the evidence to wherever it leads and to whoever it touches. We're not accepting incomplete or comfortable answers. The American people and the families who sacrificed everything are owed the full picture of how and why those decisions were made, and we're going to give it to them.
I unfortunately missed most of that because I was grabbing a drink. Became clear why someone tried to hide them. Ooh. I assume we'll be hearing more about that soon. Probably in about 2 weeks. Chinese hackers, we saw. Here it is. It was Germany. I thought I tagged it. In addition to recently discovering a high-frequency antenna, German investigators have reportedly found a third drone, along with about 50 grams of a suspected military explosive and electronic components, near Leipzig-Halle Airport in whatever that is, Germany. Schkuditz. With officials now believing that last month's unsuccessful attack by a still unidentified actor may have been larger than previously known, involving multiple drones and possibly more targets than just the Ukrainian Antonov An-124 strategic airlift aircraft. One of the drones was found near Leipzig. Presumably Russia trying to target Ukrainian aircraft. Okay, it's official. Activist Obama judge Indira Talwani has reluctantly lifted her injunction that blocked President Trump's mail-in ballot restriction order from going into effect. Oh. Another win. They just keep coming. It's crazy. USPS can now only mail ballots to legal voters verified by both DHS and Social Security Administration. Oh, and then this one, yeah. This is also an interesting coincidence after all that's happened the last 48 hours. Let's see. Enbridge confirms a semi-truck, apparently without driver, it was just parked somehow and rolled into an open excavation site on the Line 5 natural gas pipeline valve project near Saxon, Wisconsin. struck the pipe, releasing a shitload of natural gas so quickly that it like hyper cooled everything and created this insane fog. It's normally like completely invisible, but it's liquid. It's a liquid gas pipeline. So as soon as that shit hits open air, it just vaporizes, super cools everything, and you get this. Anyone got a match? Hope not. That also happens to be, the coincidence part, happens to be the natural gas pipeline that feeds Ontario. Bye-bye! Gonna have to make your own for now. Sorry, guys. Rather inconvenient timing for them, wouldn't you say? Multiple doomsday planes spotted circling West Coast as America's top spy takes secret trip to Russia. Yeah. They got the doomsday planes out. I mean, they're always out, but, you know. Bipartisan backlash growing in response to the rapid build-out of AI data centers across the country with potential ramifications in midterm elections. Oh, this is a doozy.
We do not want a data center in this county. Do you understand?
This morning,
Do you, like, have any reasons, or
the bipartisan backlash
you
against
just kind of beat up the podium?
the rapid build-out of AI data centers is exploding and shaking up the midterms.
We do not consent.
Our team witnessing the outrage across the country.
We need clarity, and we need it now.
At this town hall in
Well, why don't you try, I don't know, providing some? What are your, make your case, lady. What's the problem? What's your deal? What's the big problem with the data center?
Franklin County, Missouri.
This has already been going on for 3 hours, no sign of stopping.
For 13 hours, hundreds of residents protesting two proposed
And they all
data
look sane.
centers, worried they will spike utility bills, drain water resources, and destroy farmland.
You will ruin the very best part of Franklin County if you allow data centers to be built on this land.
Across the U.S., tech companies are pledging hundreds of billions of dollars to build these facilities that keep the internet and AI running, promising jobs and big investments in the communities. But the public outcry is now forcing candidates in key races in the midterms
No
to
actual argument, mind you, still. It's just this.
backtrack. Just last fall, Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott called his state the epicenter of AI development. Now he's putting a freeze on new data centers, telling our Jonathan Carl on This Week the tech companies dug their own grave.
Those Hot Wheels ain't so hot now, are they?
and you want to operate in Texas, you have to first get the approval of those in local communities.
In Pennsylvania,
That's fair enough, I suppose, but like, is it though? When like, there's subversive shit going on everywhere.
Democratic Governor Josh Shapiro had promoted data center investments just last year. Now he's imposing new restrictions on them.
You don't want these irresponsible, burdensome, reckless AI data centers in your community.
Because
And I want you to know, I hear you.
A new memo from the National Republican Senatorial Committee warned that data centers could cost the party a key Senate seat in Ohio. 15 states have now proposed temporary bans on new data center construction. A lot of this opposition coming from grassroots local movement.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, they're very, very grassroots and local. I'm sure they have no outside money coming in whatsoever, or training, or support, or propaganda, or anything. Grassroots. Okay, let's see. On to the main business here. There we are. Pew pew. All. There you go. Okay. Oh, nice. California releasing illegal alien child sex offenders.
Back out riding with ICE. We're in Fresno, California. We're going to be heading out, actually hometown for me, where I grew up, not too far from here. Going after some bad guys. Got 2 targets this morning. Going to see how many we can catch. But the big thing here is exposing what's actually happening. This is a fight across America. Every single city has the same fight. These guys, these heroes that we're going to be riding with, need to be supported, not attacked. God bless ICE. Let's get the bad guys.
I'm about to initiate stopping. You guys copy? I copy. I'm with you.
Somos agentes de inmigración. Estábamos buscando un individuo, pero lamentablemente usted tampoco tiene papeles para estar aquí en los Estados Unidos. He wasn't the target, but initially through a consensual encounter, he had no ID. He said he's been previously arrested, and he confirmed he had no status in the United States. So he's also going with us today, and then we'll continue looking for our sex offender.
So this is our second target, sex offender.
He's wearing a black shirt, he's got a backpack on, and a black hat with a red bill. Chris, you gotta move forward first. Move it. I'm moving.
No.
Adios, amigo. Adios.
He just let back out into the community.
Correct.
And now you have to go track him down.
Oh, nice.
And you know, a lot of resources, as you've seen today, are spent just to target that 1 or 2 individuals.
California has lost its mind. All these states that protect illegal aliens, anyone that pushes for sanctuary policies, they've got to be out of office. These guys got to be able to do their job. Give them over in the jails. I mean, that's the craziest part about this. That we have them in custody, and these Democrats want to just let them out back into the community so they can victimize more people. It's crazy.
Yep.
This guy we're waiting for, we've been waiting all day for this guy. Just so people understand how big of a scumbag this is, just go through his crim history for me.
Okay, so basically, whether he was convicted of these or not, but at one time he was arrested, he was convicted of a lot of these. So his crim history started back in 2012. He has DUI, drugs, DUI, alcohol, inflict corporal injury on a spouse, willful cruelty to a child, battery spouse, inflict corporal injury on a spouse, DUI, another DUI, DUI again, battery spouse, driving without a license, battery spouse, another battery spouse, then you have battery spouse, damage to wireless communication device, battery spouse, then you have DUI, DUI drugs, driving without a license, battery spouse, then battery on a non-cohabitant or former spouse. Then you have another battery spouse. Then you have DUI, driving without a license, another battery on a spouse. Then he got picked up on some warrants, it looks like, for possession of controlled substance, possession of paraphernalia, DUI, driving without a license, battery spouse, possession, DUI.
This is one guy, one illegal alien.
Possession for unlawful paraphernalia, taking vehicles, so he stole somebody's vehicle, possession of a stolen vehicle or vessel, driving without a license, trespass on someone's property without consent, possess controlled substance, driving without a license, possession of unlawful paraphernalia. And he got picked up a month later for stealing another vehicle, trespassing, possession, giving false identification, driving without a license, DUI. Most recently was obstructing police officer. This was just 6 days ago, and then giving false identification. So he's constantly committing crimes. Whether he's convicted of all of these, he is convicted of a lot of them, but a lot of them are dismissed or dropped due to lack of evidence. If the other individual doesn't want to prosecute him because they're afraid of further abuse, who truly knows, right? Or if he did some type of drug or drinking rehabilitation. But
that's unbelievable. And that dirtbag, one illegal alien, is sitting in this jail right now. in Sacramento County Jail, and it appears that the Sacramento County Jail is waiting for ICE to leave so that he can't get picked up. There's a detainer on this scumbag, but because of the sanctuary policies in California Democrat sanctuary policies, they're not honoring that ICE detainer. But even beyond that, they know that ICE is out here waiting for this guy, and it appears they're holding on to him.
Yeah,
so
I don't know why it's doing the echo, man. Sorry for YouTube people. I won't be doing it for Zoom. My noise suppression has been working great, like every day. And
can't get him. That guy.
Now all of a sudden it's not. It's noxious. Noxious.
I mean, that's the longest.
Yeah, it's not working. Unbelievable. Okay. Come on, thing. Turn it on, turn it off. Hello?
Rap sheet I've ever heard, and who knows what else he's done that he hasn't been
working. It might be working now.
Charged with or convicted of. That is the kind of guy that Democrats want in your neighborhood. That is the kind of guy that sanctuary, state, and city policies protect. That is the kind of guy that these radical leftist activists are protesting in favor of across America. And that's the kind of guy that President Trump and Tom Homan and ICE are trying to deport from our country.
Nasty, man.
That's funny as hell. How long were you in Sacramento before you got a good Sacramento well?
Sacramento.
How long?
A rally for the Stop Nick Shirley Act. Cute. Okay. Unhinged notebooks of armed man arrested at Trump golf course revealed, including Melania's schedule. Creepy. Hundreds of pages on Secret Service agents. Sketches of the course. Look at this fucking guy, man. Gross. Wait, his name is Janine? Janine? John Taylor? Janine. Parents must have loved him. Vanity Fair drops journalist Brittany Romano after video of her smiling, posing, and winking at a courtroom camera during the Lindsay Clancy murder trial. Huh? Oh, how creepy. Vanity Fair also scrapped her planned essay about growing up with Lindsay Clancy. Oh, she knew her? Yeah, that seems about right. Alleged co-architect of fatal ambush of Microsoft manager found guilty. What? Mario Fernandez Saldana is among 3 people charged in Jared Britigan's death. What is this? I remember this one.
Of a former Microsoft executive found shot to death
Can we
last year.
admit the football man?
On a Florida street. The husband of the victim's ex-wife is now under arrest and facing murder charges. Trevor Alt is here with more. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Michael. This was a horrific crime. A 33-year-old father gunned down in the middle of a dark road in front of his toddler. And after a 13-month investigation, authorities have now charged his ex-wife husband. They say he didn't fire the shots, but he did help plan and execute this murder.
This morning, a stunning second arrest in the death of Microsoft executive and father of four Jared Bridegan. Authorities charging Mario Fernandez Saldana, the husband of Bridegan's ex-wife, with planning his murder.
Ooh. In addition to the first-degree murder charge, the grand jury also has indicted Fernandez Saldana for conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, solicitation to commit a capital felony, as well as child abuse.
Investigators describe Bridegan's murder as a targeted ambush. They say last February, after Bridegan dropped off two of his children at his ex-wife's house, this tire blocked the road on his way home. When he stopped, presumably to move it, he was suddenly gunned down in cold blood, his 2-year-old daughter still in the back seat. In January, authorities arrested Henry Tenen for allegedly pulling the trigger, but also said at the time,
"We know Henry Tenen did not act alone."
Investigators now confirm Fernandez Saldana was previously Henry Tenen's landlord and claim he was the single link tying Tenen to Jared Bridegan. According to the arrest warrant, Fernandez Saldana and Tenen had 35 phone contacts the month Bridegan was killed, with dozens more in the months that followed. Thursday, Tenen pleaded guilty to second-degree murder with a deadly weapon, officials saying he's agreed to testify truthfully against the people he worked with to murder Jared Bridegan.
Tenen's cooperation has both corroborated evidence collected during the investigation and provided additional evidence against Mario Fernandez Saldana for his role in the planning and execution of Jared's murder.
Yeah, I don't remember this one. Sounds like a weird one. Anna Paulina Luna, require influencers to disclose foreign payments. What about domestic payments? Can we get that too? We force them to disclose when they're being backed by any government of any kind, foreign or domestic. Anna Paulina Luna introducing legislation that would require influencers to disclose payments made by foreign governments, deeming the influencer world the Wild West. You bet your... Yeah, I got my problems with her, but this is one I'm on board with. Like, she does some dumb shit, man. Says some dumb shit. Believes some dumb shit. Pushes some dumb shit. But this one, like, you're on point. Yeah. It's a rodeo show. Not the good kind. There's a big difference between having an organic opinion and secretly acting on behalf of foreign interests to push propaganda to Americans. Oh, yeah. People have no idea how freaking bad it is. None of us. I don't think anyone has a clue. I bet it's bad. So I hope she succeeds. 2 girls sent flying through a glass window as they crashed a scooter into a restaurant. Oh, during a teen takeover. How fun. Whee! Damn, Shaniqua. You can't drive, girl. I know, Kawanda. I'm missing my wings.
I'm so sorry.
I got some glass on my booty cheek. Oh, jeez.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Just twerk it off, girl. Twerk that glass off. You got it. Unbelievable. I don't know when they're going to get these teen takeover things, like, in check, but it can't happen soon enough. Okay, U.S. Education Department just issued a letter to all schools across the country reminding them of their obligation to abide by parental rights law or risk losing federal funding. That's going to be most of them. They got to go. They're all violating it at this point. A Guatemalan national, an illegal alien who had already been deported from the U.S. 3 times, has been sentenced to 84 months in prison. after prosecutors say he fraudulently used a Minnesota man's identity for over a decade to work in the USA. I'm pretty sure that that means he worked illegally. By the way, I glossed over that, I know, but like, what? An illegal alien that stole someone's identity to work legally? I don't think that qualifies. I'm sorry.
But MacGyver's
LaMonica MacGyver got her motion for immunity denied.
Charges after her physical altercation outside of Delaney Hall last summer. Ainsley, remember this scene? MacGyver is seen striking and shoving federal officers as they attempted to arrest the mayor of Newark. Now MacGyver says not only does she have immunity, but also she's claiming she's being politically prosecuted, posting this yesterday.
Oh, cute.
Saying, tomorrow I will be in court for the case that could put me in prison for 17 years. I am fighting these charges because I dared to show up to an ICE detention center and demand answers for New Jerseyans. I was doing my job, conducting oversight. This administration thinks they should be allowed to abuse people behind closed doors. Meanwhile, those anti-ICE protests have continued outside Delaney Hall as DHS Secretary laws, but MacGyver's
Austin Public Library update. Police presence is going to be increasing at Austin's downtown library after a surge of crime and safety reports. Perfectly normal. Also perfectly normal. Totally fine. He looks friendly. What the Boy. It's like the whole place is just, like, for homeless people now. The whole thing. Why even have books? Must smell so bad. Wow. Oh man, Nvidia revenue doubles, forecasts even more AI spending. No freaking way. Where are we sitting at? Damn. Okay. Oh no. What happened? I'll start place here. There we are. Okay. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro and state health officials caught pushing fake measles death narrative in Lancaster County. What? Officials refused to cooperate as county coroner confirms 0 deaths from the measles. None. Zilch. And after all that screeching,
we're trying to get information about those 2 casualties. According to a statement that was released by the Lancaster County Commissioner today, they cannot find any measles deaths in Lancaster County. And they complain that the governor will not give them that information. The CDC tried to get that information from the governor yesterday, and the state is refusing to cooperate. We're doing a better job than any country in the world at controlling the measles outbreak. This is a worldwide epidemic, and it's happening because of the lockdowns, because many kids did not get vaccinated during the lockdowns. And then you had a dramatic diminishment of public faith in the regulatory agencies during the COVID period because of government overreaching, because of the gaslighting and the manipulation. So even in my discussion with the governor, Shapiro yesterday, and he said to me, well, we've seen this big drop in vaccination rates in the state from 97 to 92.3. He admitted on the phone that it all happened during the Biden administration. Since I've been in office, since President Trump's been in office, there's been a 0.1% diminishment. We are actually restoring faith in the public health agencies, so people will take our advice. And our advice is that people should get the measles vaccination. There are certain communities and certain religious communities that won't do that, and we want to take care of those kids as well. So, you know, Mexico has 11 times the amount of measles cases as we do. Canada has 4 times the amount of measles cases. Britain has 2 times. We've done it every place there's been a measles outbreak. I've sent the CDC in to cooperate with the state health agencies, and we've brought it to an end overnight. The only state that won't cooperate with us is Pennsylvania, and we can't get any information. The press is all covering this as if those measles deaths actually happen, but nobody's doing the little bit of critical inquiry to find out. We're trying to figure out whether, you know, who those deaths were and whether they actually happened, and we can't figure that out yet.
0. Nothing.
Sunday, August 9th at 5 p.m.
Shut up. Okay. One Obama judge in Boston just telegraphed her next move. Is this, what's her name? Doesn't mention. No. Whoever she is, Supreme Court just lifted her. Oh, it's got to be the one we already covered. Yeah. Whatever her name is. I forget. Tawani. Senator Mitch McConnell released a public statement about $26 million in federal funding for an agriculture center in Kentucky. His office, namely Chief of Staff Terry Carmack, won't say why the senator hasn't done any interviews or released his own video in more than 2 months. Nothing.
Sir, anything you can tell us about how McConnell's doing today?
Nope. Yeah, he's basically dead. We just don't want to tell you.
Terry, so McConnell's out over 2 months. He's been against federally mandated family leave or sick leave. How do you justify that being over 2 months absent? With no video, no interviews scheduled, nothing. How do you guys
spent so much time literally like right there? This is such an interesting area.
Justify that.
You see some fascinating people here.
Still nothing to say, sir? Doesn't your silence raise more questions among the American public?
So that's the one. That's the one that's his house. Okay. I always wondered which one exactly it was. I know someone down the way, a little way. I always see all the Mitch people here, but I never knew which one of these was his. That's that one with the big double doors. Then at the end here, down at the corner, they got this little C Street house. So it's actually quite big. It's like it's where all the juniors go, all the junior GOP, the newbies. They put them up in that house and they room together. Yeah. No homo. Trust them. You'll have to trust them on that. I'm sure no homo stuff takes place. Totally. Except for, you know, all the times it did. There were some scandals in the past that involved C Street. Forget who it was, but there was a big one a number of years ago with some guy who was living there. Cheated on his wife with a dude or something. Wish I could remember his name. It was a crazy story. Xbox CEO indirectly taunts PlayStation's move. Yeah, they're removing discs. No more game discs. Downloads only. No physical copies. At least for Grand Theft Auto 6. At first. I think eventually they say they're going to release a physical copy, permanent physical disc. But if you want to play on the day of release, you have to do the download. You have to pay twice if you want the physical copy. It's disgusting. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong said he's considering exiting California over the proposed wealth tax. He won't be the only one. A lot more where that came from. Hey, Sri Tardanar. Lame duck rep Sri Tardanar addresses his loss to socialist primary challenger in his Marathi language interview. Wow. His top takeaway was that the majority black district thought he was too old. Yeah, that's what it was, Sri. They thought you were too old. Now he says he'll have time to write books and make films. Can't understand you. Go back to your country. Thank you. Rubio met with Mexican Foreign Secretary Roberto Velasco Alvarez to discuss decisive actions to end illegal immigration, halt fentanyl trafficking, and dismantle foreign terrorist organizations and cartels. Oh. Brazil sues Discord over child safety measures. Demands $100 million in damages. Oh. Facebook just agreed to pay like $17 billion or something for that social media addiction case. Big one. Chip Roy now sounding the alarm that an Islamic development is being placed near U.S. military training base camp Bullis in San Antonio, Texas. Wow. President Trump's mail-in ballot order approved by the Supreme Court will not allow the U.S. Postal Service to send a ballot if they do not comply. Only verified legal voters get mail-in ballots. Non-compliance means no delivery.
Now here's how the president's plan will work. First, the Department of Homeland Security creates a state citizenship list, which is then sent to the states ahead of the federal elections. States would then provide the Postal Service with mailer ballot voter lists, but the Post Office will not deliver ballots from any state that does not comply. Now here's how we stand today. 8 states and Washington, D.C. allow all elections to be conducted entirely by mail. That means all eligible voters receive a mail-in ballot by default. In addition, 29 other states offer no excuse absentee voting, which means that any voter can cast, request, and receive a mail-in ballot, no explanation necessary. So that's a total of 37 states and the District of Columbia that allow voters to vote by ballot with no restrictions. Now that's meant the explosion of mail-in voting. Right now it comprises about 30% of the turnout that was in 2024. And while that's down from 43% in 2020, it's way, way higher than it was before the pandemic. Just 20 years earlier, in 2004, only 11% were voting by mail, with a little more than 2 months now until Election Day.
It's down a good way. Oh, what are the Amish doing? Amish threaten mass exodus from New York over vaccine fight, which is heading to the Supreme Court. Whoa. Go Amish. Huh. New York's Amish community issuing an ultimatum to state bureaucrats: leave us alone or we're packing up our buggies for greener pastures. takes place as state health department officials continue to slap thousands in fines on tiny one-room parochial Amish schools, which have refused to comply with the Cuomo-era vaccine decree. It's disgusting. Have we gotten to a place where we aren't going to make room for the Amish anymore? Hiram Sasser, an attorney representing 6 plaintiffs in the case, asked. When you think of Americana, apple pie, fireworks, yeah, the Amish are on that list, you betcha. Part of the American fabric. A good litmus test of our, religious liberty and our tolerance. Indeed. Ah, 9/11 mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed will finally stand trial, judge says, just 2 weeks before the 25th anniversary. There it is. More where that came from, I'll bet you. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the head plotter, and 3 of his alleged co-conspirators have been held at Guantanamo since 2003. So the trial is now set for June 5th of next year. I'm back here. Oh boy. Democrat Rep. Ayanna Pressley is now calling Trump and his supporters the Confederacy. Oh, wow.
It is bigger than Trump. Because whenever we do the work of ousting the occupant of the Oval Office, the Confederacy is still alive and well. That's all MAGA is. White supremacy is still alive and well. Anti-blackness will still be alive and well. Xenophobia, anti-LGBTQ.
Yeah, I agree with the last part. Whatever. Best Buy refused to sell this man a laptop because he said, "Thank you, sir," to a man pretending to be a woman.
I want to speak with a different manager.
Probably not going to shop at Best Buy anymore.
Because you're not going to sell me a laptop because I'm not going to call. I just said, I said, "Thank you, sir," because he was going to get me a laptop that I was going to purchase, right? Yeah. And then he turned around and said, "I'm not going to sell you a laptop unless you call me a ma'am." And then you said that I wasn't able to even buy the laptop if I'm not going to be respectful. I just said, "Thank you, sir." That's a ma'am. And I said, "Thank you, sir, for getting me a laptop."
If you're willing to just...
No, I'm not willing to. Hey, I'm not going to say it's a mistake. Listen, I'm not going to play those games with you today. I'm here to purchase a laptop.
Do you want my money or not?
It's not a mistake. I didn't make a mistake. That's it. You're going to grab me a laptop, man. Now, either if you're going to help me, then fine. Otherwise, just get me a different store employee that is willing to just get the laptop for me so I can buy it, please. I didn't make a mistake, sir. I'm not doing this today.
Realistically.
Do you feel good recording this too?
Yeah, I am going to record it because
you're scumbags. You're psychopaths.
I have it on video. I just feel like it. She has pronouns. It's a man.
What? Can we see it?
A man.
What the heck is that all about? I mean, he tries to buy a laptop, says, "Thank you, sir," and then we've got all this going on, and they're trying, Best Buy is trying to say, "You can't give us money.
I want to see the sir.
You can't purchase a laptop from us unless you call that dude a woman." Best Buy.
We don't get to see it. Oh well. That's insane. Oh. Here we go, a nice high school teacher explaining that her 15-year-old students are completely lost. Let's see. I'm sure she has absolutely no part in this.
Well, it's Monday. I'm exhausted, as it were, and thought maybe you all could give me some advice as a teacher of high school students who has a lot of kids in the class. Now, look, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I want to be clear about how much I'm not complaining because I've had things be a lot worse, and I think I've got really good kids this year. They are willing to learn. But I do want to tell you some things that I find to be funny is the F word I'm going to use right now. Because when anyone thinks of managing children, probably high schoolers, I cannot stress enough to you about how you have to model nearly everything. In fact, sometimes, right, I worry that somebody might forget to breathe. Okay, so today in class, all day I taught government, and today in class, we talked about Thomas Hobbes and John Locke, two old dead white dudes that were very important.
Wait, say that again?
To social contract. Dead white dudes that were very important.
At least she acknowledges that.
To social contract theory. Don't worry about that. It's not, look, we all know talking about dead white dudes can be quite boring. We get it.
It's actually fascinating, but whatever.
When understanding how our country came about and the ideas that brought them here, we have to remember these dudes. Okay, I digress.
Yeah,
but here's the point. Knowing that this can be potentially boring.
I'm getting the sense that this might be partially your fault.
I create.
You can't convey a single fucking idea clearly.
Reading, front and back, chunked it up into topics. One on Thomas Hobbes, one on John.
Like it's been 2 minutes and I still have no idea where you're going.
John Locke. Okay. I then, even though I was never taught this since I was a socialist teacher, my first job was to teach kids how to read and write. Never knew that would be the case. Right, when I was in college, but that is indeed what I'm doing. It's literacy, literacy, literacy. And so, I'm telling these kids...
I wonder where the problem is.
Like, here's what's going to happen. I'm not going to go ahead and give you your activity because you won't read. So what we're going to do, okay, I'm going to give you each a highlighter. And what we're going to do is we are going to practice reading and highlighting things that are going to be important. So I give them all a highlighter, right? And I say, okay, what we're going to do, everybody follow along. Okay, I'm going to
this lady's got to be working with like a maybe tops 90 IQ, if that.
The first paragraph.
This is pitiful. Like, how are we hiring this? I mean, she's a lesbian. That's clearly why.
Discuss what should we highlight. So I do it, and then I say, what should we highlight? And people say a couple things, and I'm like, perfect. Let's highlight it. And everybody sits and looks at me.
And then?
Okay, let's highlight it now. Okay, let me explain what we're doing. We are going to take this as a highlighter. And this is the end of the highlighter. Okay, we just said, so let's just highlight that we said that we're going to do.
What?
Now, God forbid there's a picture in the corner when a kid has a marker. Because you've just lost them. So we go through proper how to annotate. Here, you got to take this off. The cap goes with this because this is going to have to go back on it. Right? We highlight.
You had to explain that?
I set them loose and say to them, okay, now we're going to sit here and read and highlight independently. I'm going to know how far you progressed because I'm going to be able to see where you've highlighted. And after I set them loose, I will have you know I had a boy in the front row who started coloring his desk orange.
I have to say, like, whatever the kids are, dumb or not, I wouldn't be able to sit through this woman's class. Nope.
Not the paper, just the desk. Just coloring it.
This just makes me want to pull my hair out. Like, trying to listen to her convey an idea just makes me want to bash my head into my desk.
I said, hey,
like, spit it the fuck out. Get to the point.
I don't know. In high school, it's 15-year-olds. That's not your desk. It's also not your highlighter. Do you think that maybe we could, I don't know, not color desk? He said, I wasn't coloring the desk. Now, when I stressed to you, if I had $1 for every time I had to redirect how to use said highlighter, I would have approximately $17 today. It's real simple. And so we can't, this is, coloring the desk. And if they ain't coloring the desk, right, they're coloring a picture. I can't even give them something remotely. God forbid I put George Washington, okay, on a piece of paper to accompany their worksheet. It's like,
I mean, do you preface it with, I know that dead, old, boring white guys are like really shitty and none of you really want to hear about that, do you? But we do have to, I know. Is that, I mean, you're really setting him up for success with an attitude like that. It's fantastic.
A free coloring page. So, I just wanted to tell you. Now, I had that fella clean my desk. But if we could just do the kids color on the furniture at the house?
Probably. Well, there's two whole more minutes of this, and
I'm getting out of here.
So this it's just that guy talking, so whatever. What a train wreck. The kids are dumb, don't get me wrong, but that ain't helping. All right, back the other way. Oh, let me see if I skipped anything. I might have from earlier. Excuse me.
They should be commended.
This is great.
Because they did. I've had it with you. Oh my.
This is on an actual news network. Okay.
I got them to be commended. They didn't kill their children. She's a murderer.
I can't.
These are man-hating women that are standing outside. This is what it's about. They think the husband did it. They're crazy. They've lost them.
Closing her eyes and engaging in breathing exercises in the middle of a televised interview because she can't stand hearing mean things about Lindsay Clancy.
Women that are standing outside. This is what it's about. They think the husband did it. They're crazy. They've lost their mind.
Do you know why
they're waving for a murderer?
Do you know why the woman is in a wheelchair? Did you even notice that she's
couldn't care less. She's a murderer.
Because she jumped out the window after this happened.
So she should have. I'd have pushed her. They say that Lindsay was in psychosis. I think these women are suffering from psychosis. They've been watching too many true crime Netflix dramas. You know, this was a incredibly privileged woman, incredibly wealthy. She had a nanny, and she's still complaining that she needed help. She could not have got more help from the system that she already received. This is a murderer who strangled her children.
Women are not having a good week.
One by one of the boys ran away and she chased him down and killed him.
Literally, like you can hear her doing her breathing exercises. Listen.
Already have received. This is a murderer who strangled her children one by one. One of the boys ran away and she chased him down and killed him.
Unreal.
What you just said was absolutely disgusting.
Thank you.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Thank you.
And you can hear that he's not, okay?
Why? Because it's true.
You clearly don't care, so pipe down.
I don't care. And by the way, men watching this, if you have a
This is
woman
astonishing. Astonishing.
you on the sofa who is defending this murderer, you got to think deeply about this. I've seen weddings.
So we need to have some empathy with
Talk to your
Oh yeah,
women.
dodge that bullet, man. If you are hitched to a lady like this, cut that wedding off, bro.
Find out what are they thinking? They're defending this woman. It's
I don't think
insane.
anybody's defending what she did, but you can have empathy for what she went through and how she.
I know many women that this has happened to. No, they did not kill their children, but they also, what you failed to.
Well, they should be commended because they did.
What, you're gonna kill him? You're gonna murder him?
God, they should be commended. They didn't kill their children. Lisa, she's a murderer. These women are cheering.
I can't with this. I can't with this. I'm done. I just can't. What is even happening? Like, it's just deep psychosis. Mass psychosis. It's insane. All right. Anyway, let's see the Portland fatty getting knocked out.
Watch out! Watch out! Don't spray me on me. Not spray me. Not spray me. With spray. You're a assassin. You're a assassin. With spray. You're a assassin with spray. Back up. Back up, man. You're a assassin on me with spray. That's right. You came at me with spray. I told you to quit coming at me with spray. I'm knocking your fucking spray out of my face. You are attacking.
There's old, what's her name? Crazy, her name's Pam, actually.
I told you to quit with spray.
We gonna get violent, Pam? Portland having a perfectly normal day. Oh, so this isn't the one where he gets knocked on his ass? Well, dang it. Where's the one where he gets knocked on his... No! I'll find it. Wider mic.
Oh, he's there. Oh, he's there. It's about to get good. Here we go. Game on, boys.
Come on, cameraman. Come on.
Rocked him. Rocked him.
And he's gone. Humpty Dumpty.
What's going on? Yeah, he's fucking him up. Yeah. What's up, dude? Into the fucking pool.
Oh, Portland. What a place. Good fun. All right. What else can we find? Got 25 minutes left. What's this? Tomorrow, Lindsay Clancy defense resumes case. Oh boy. Oh, that's from the other day. But
so when
my lady here says there needs to be a serious study on the overlap between journalism and psychopathy. Who is this? Tiffany Smiley. Ah, her. I remember her. Where from? I don't exactly remember, but she was somewhere. Aw, her heart breaks for Lindsay Clancy. How sweet.
So when I first started, paying attention and looking into this case, it actually broke my heart for everyone involved in this. And I hate that it takes something like this to have a real conversation about women's mental health and postpartum depression, because it is a real thing. But a lot of times it is swept under the rug. Women have a lot of shame that surrounds it. People don't know how to support. And honestly, our medical healthcare system has failed women in a lot of ways. I worked as a triage nurse in an OBGYN clinic, one of the busiest ones in the city of Spokane, Washington. And people would be shocked if you knew the calls that I got, the women that came in. There is a reason that there is a safe place that a lot of hospitals have where women can come bring their baby to keep it safe and keep it alive if they are feeling any of these feelings. It's a real thing, and it happens probably more than people even realize. I am a mom of 3 boys. If you have...
that's concerning.
Some of these postpartum symptoms, they can tend to get worse with each child as well. So you have to be your own advocate. You have to be proactive. And if you do not have people in your life that understand that or know how to get you the help that you need, this stuff is real. And we need to address it in this country. A lot of times women are given the baby and they're shoved out of the hospital and said, good luck,
Yeah. Something wrong, man. Something really wrong out there. I don't know what they're putting in the ladies' water, but it ain't good. All right. What more can we find? FBI shuts down sprawling China-linked hacking network. Huh. Oh, this is the same one. Yeah, NASA and the Fed. Yep. Trump signs order to ban some foreign energy equipment from the grid. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Getting ready. Okay. Supreme Court hands preliminary win. We saw U.S. business activity expands at the fastest pace since 2022. U.S. set for largest visa revocation in history. Yeah. Targeting up to 200,000 foreigners. Hopefully more. ICE detention set Trump era high in July. Yeah. Like significantly higher than just a few months ago. Trump declares national emergency to secure America's bulk power system. Mm-hmm. Long overdue. Serious security risks all over the place. To deal with the threat to national security, foreign policy, and the economy of the United States, the order, among other things, generally prohibits certain foreign-produced bulk power system electric equipment, including associated, bingo, critical software and digital capabilities. That's the primary concern right there. Yep. On Canada's failure to reach a final trade agreement with the U.S.
From the U.S. side, we felt very, very confident in the deal we had struck late Tuesday night, shortly before a deadline, and we felt confident enough that we added on a few extra days to just get everything down on paper. We had agreed to, as I've shared before in the press, really the best deal available to any country on the planet with respect to Canada. Right. And then, the Minister LeBlanc went back to Ottawa, and they spoke with premiers, spoke with the Prime Minister, and when they came back, they had some additional views, they had some additional requests, they had some additional things that were too much for the United States. It wasn't something we could do at the time. We felt that giving them the best deal in the world would have been enough to get us over the hump and put us on a positive track to even bigger and better things. From the U.S.
U.S. Trade Rep schools the Canadian host. Here we go.
Why would Canada sign a deal without even any guarantees that you would continue to respect the deal, given that you haven't respected CUSMA?
Poor Canada.
So which deal is that we haven't respected that we've signed over the past year? Like, I'm just not familiar with that. I mean, we have made
you've added
a dozen deals.
You've added tariffs. I'm talking about Canada. You've added tariffs, right, above and beyond the free trade agreement, and that sort of contradicts what a free trade agreement is, of course.
So we have USMCA, and we built into it a 6-year review because, in our view, you can't just sign an agreement and never revisit it. If you have it eternally, like if I'm a business person, which we try to be in the American government, we try to think about what's good for workers, what's good for companies. You don't have an agreement that just goes on forever without ever being revisited. We have not renewed USMCA. USMCA includes specific exclusions for national security measures, and so steel, aluminum, autos, these are all national security measures for us that fall within the exclusions within USMCA. So we're doing what's right for the United States. We've offered to bring Canada along. Wasn't good enough for them, and so we are where we are.
Mm-hmm. Trump finally ending Canada's free ride. Okay, we got any more?
When President Trump took office, we made a solemn promise. We will always stand by you, without hesitation, without apology, and without compromise. We will have your back. In part, to fulfill that promise, we established the Afghanistan Withdrawal Special Review Panel to ensure that this 5-year milestone would not pass without correcting the record. And I want to personally recognize Undersecretary Anthony Tata, his office and his team, Sean Parnell for his leadership, and Stu Scheller. Where's Stu? There he is right there. Stu Scheller for their relentless effort to push these upgrades through. Stu, a Marine who had his own front row seat, a different kind of seat to this, spoke truth. Your personal dedication to shepherding this process is a testament to what it means to look out for our own. So thank you. Because of your work, we are proudly authorizing upgrades and the V for Valor device for these Marines today. American valor, not downplaying it, showcasing it.
Anything else we got? Glenn Youngkin, huh?
Okay, so now it's called Empowering America's
been up to.
Parents, and that's a national effort?
It's a national effort. We launched a couple weeks ago.
Education freedom tax credits.
To raise awareness, because what we found is that this great piece of legislation that was incorporated in President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill that unlocks these scholarships that allow people to donate to scholarship granting organizations in their home state up to $1,700 and get a full tax rebate, dollar for dollar. So private donations with a federal tax rebate funds what is basically basically universal school choice. 90% of kids qualify, and yet no one knows about it.
Yeah.
And the one big issue associated with it is governors have to opt in. And that's what Empowering America's Parents is all about, which is making sure that citizens across America know that governors have to opt in. Now, we've had 30 states opt in, Dana, 30. But we've had 20 that haven't. And in those 20 states, listen, the most common characteristic across them is that we have far left liberal governors that are refusing to opt in because of teachers' unions and, yes, just an absolute adversarial view to anything that comes out of this administration. But they're standing in the way of tens of millions of kids getting access to these life-changing scholarships. And I would say, Dana, really importantly, is these scholarships can be used, yes, to fund tuition for private school, but they can also be used for public school kids to get extra tutoring, after-school activity, and even for families that have kids with developmental disabilities to get extra tutoring and educational services. They are nearly universal school choice. There's no reason why a governor shouldn't opt in other than politics. And that's why Empowering America's Parents has, I think, had such an immediate impact. We're raising awareness so that citizens across this country understand they have got to, one, tell their governors to opt in, but second of all, they have got to make sure they elect governors that are going to not only keep them opt in or go against their predecessor and get them involved to begin with.
Dealing with Innovation Council President Taylor Budowich to Matthew Boyle on President Trump's support for data centers.
And one of the things we see President Trump out there talking about, and we see him out there this week, he's said a bunch of different things about this, is about the benefits of the data centers when they go into these communities. And so he's listening to people about these concerns, and he's asking great questions about it, but he's also going out there and being the best messenger about this. So what would you say people should take away from the president's message about this as, you know, political staffers, and when I'm sure there are plenty of them watching this interview right now as they make their determinations about how to deal with this issue in the next 2 months ahead of the midterm elections. But what would you say that people should learn from what President Trump's approach to these issues is as they go and make these decisions?
Well, I think we both agree there's a lot to be learned by Donald Trump. And he oftentimes has the right instinct on many issues that are even before our time. And he's seeing around the corner constantly. But most importantly, he doesn't let bad politics in a scared media dictate how he governs or how he thinks. Partly because, yes, he is informed. Yes, he does ask important questions, but he doesn't let the media narrative around something drive a bad decision. He is willing to stand up. He's willing to tell the good story. But the fact is that the president oftentimes is ahead of the curve. And this is an area specifically that this administration has really allowed to unleash in a way that supports the communities that we just talked about. We talked about the ratepayer protection pledge that many of these hyperscalers, many of these large companies came together to support, that says we're going to guarantee your electricity bill doesn't go up. He has unleashed Lee Zeldin at the EPA, what they've done for the industry and development, allowing communities to build energy resources that have long been overdue. One of the big problems here is we've developed energy infrastructure. It's doubled every decade for the last 2-3 decades, and it just stopped. We've stopped investing in our communities. And one of the things that the president has done by coming in and says, you know, absolutely not. What is getting in the way of that development? What's getting in the way is red tape. What's getting in the way is bureaucracy. And Donald Trump said no more. He said we got to win, by winning, it means winning for you. It means your electricity bill's better. It means that the development that's happening, that should be happening in the community that hasn't been, is being invested in. And so, what do we learn from Donald Trump? I think we can learn a whole lot, but you can start by not being scared of a bad idea and being willing to stand up and being willing to grapple with a conversation, listen to somebody, and be bold in good policy.
So you.
Wow. Sorry, crazy video. Oh, man. More from the China-Nepal border. Good golly. Look at this one. Frickin' bro hit a selfie. He hit a selfie on the ground.
Oh my god. Oh boy. Lama.
Bam. Do you have any self-preservation instinct, like, at all?
Oh my god, Mario.
Crazy. Little saxophone action, why not? Just pulling the door handle. Elsewhere, also having a sane one. This is Nikayla Jasmine Thomas. She just won a runoff election in Oklahoma and is literally now the Democrat U.S. Senate candidate. Yeah, I think that's Markwayne Mullin. Oh, she's going to cut him. Okay. And sever his head. Alright. Put him in his head book.
Markwayne Mullin is a terrible senator.
A what?
Is a terrible senator.
Senator? I don't... When was this made?
Do not vote for him. He is a Christian nationalist. A mediocre white man.
What did she break? Oh, a light bulb. I guess it was a light bulb. Yeah. Let's see. Jasmine for Oklahoma. Do you have an ad for me? Can I watch an ad?
You're probably thinking, who is this lady that is
screaming and ripping Markwayne Mullin's head off?
Putting on this jacket.
Oh, more that.
I am simply going to tell you who I am. Because I am Nikayla Jasmine Thomas. I'm a nurse, active duty military spouse,
please tell me that's not your child.
Two, with one who has autism.
Oh, of course. Extra special girl sticker for you.
Between advocating
nice little accessory you can stick on your Facebook page.
For disability rights, I decided that it was my civic duty to run for the United States Senate. I'm a millennial, so I have seen the inequities in our system for over 31 years, and I am here to show people that our government should work for us and not against us. I have been talking, listening, and showing up for the very communities that I plan on serving. I am all for universal health care, universal child care, credit reform, and also an education system that works for our children and not against our children. I have been showing up on college campuses, speaking about student loan forgiveness, and letting people know that it's possible. Planting roots and building policy that works for all of us. I'm Nikayla Jasmine Thomas, and I'm doing this for us.
Mm-hmm. Just in case you missed it, you know. Any more? Any more? No. Okay. 5 minutes. What do we got now? Spanish police opening fire on crowds in whatever, however the hell you pronounce that shit. They're shooting rubber bullets. Are they shooting them at the migrants or at the people that don't want them there? Ah, they're shooting at Spaniards protesting against illegal immigration. There you go. They did not fire rubber bullets at the 70,000 illegal migrants when they stormed whatever the fuck that place is in July. Nope. Wow. A wedding? That would be a knife. That's a knife. This is in Westlake, Ohio, mind you. Westlake, Ohio.
Everybody go. Yes, another brother. Police report. I need the police report, please.
All right, we'll get you a police report.
Yes.
All right. Who is this between?
It's between three brothers, four brothers.
And you?
And me, the jump. I wound up with the glasses right there. He's on right there with the black.
Okay.
He's right there. And bring me the
listen.
He attacked us. This one too.
Okay. All right.
Yes. He's nervous. No, there's no nervous. There's no nervous.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, stay over here, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
We were dancing and four brothers jumped on us.
I got it. All right.
Having a sane one. Oh man, that sucks. 2 people killed after their gyrocopter strikes a cable car line. Oopsie. Oh heck. Oh bro. Oh geez, how do you miss that? Oh dude. Oh jeez.
Oh porca puttana!
Oh man.
Porca puttana! Porca puttana! Chiama il 112, zio!
Wow.
È 112!
Oh jeez. That's freaking nuts. No thank you. So I imagine that is probably a chunk of the glacier. Wow. Whoa. I don't know what the music's for, but... Dude, that is nuts. That's freaking crazy, man. It's only one tiny chunk of it. The thing was 2,000 feet wide. That is like insane. There's apparently like allegedly like a clean break. The thing just fucking like sheared off, and the whole 2,000-foot wide thing just plunged 4,000 feet straight into the water. It's nuts. Ooh, Michigan AG Drunk Dana.
I think it's a fundamental mistake for the Democratic Party to think that you can just push Jewish Democrats out.
Well, I mean, they're going to do it, so.
And simply replace them.
It's not going to stop them.
Any other population. You know, we've been such an instrumental part of this party, whether you're talking about our activism, whether you're talking about our legal work, whether you're talking about the contributions and donations that have been made to the Democratic Party.
Like those. Favorite part of Jews.
And the fact
Only part they like, in fact, probably.
We have very progressive ideals that we've worked hard on. And whether you're looking all the way back to whether it's, you know, women's suffrage, whether it's the the fight for rights for African Americans in this country, whether it's work that I did and many other Jews on LGBTQ rights.
Of course.
Issues, you know, we have been an essential part of the fabric of the Democratic Party for a very, very long time. We are an essential part of the fabric of this party, and I would ask the leadership and members of this party to consider that before they
don't care.
Do or say things that will force us to leave this party. I feel like we're already.
Where are you going to go, Dana? You gonna become a Republican? You?
Wanted in the Republican Party.
Wait, say where? Say it again.
I feel like we're already not wanted in the Republican Party.
Yeah. I mean,
and I think.
Yeah. No, we don't want you.
This is, you know, essentially a party.
But, I mean, if you want to throw us a vote, I'm not going to complain.
Fascism, and we know about all the excuses that they make on the far right and how they embrace the Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens and all the people and Tucker Carlson's, all of the, you know, enormous anti-Semites on the far right. But, you know, I'm not a member of the Republican Party. I can only speak to being a member of the Democratic Party. But I would tell members of our party that this is a worse place without Jews in it.
Oh, man. Couldn't happen to a better lady. What in the hell?
Are you going to have dinner there? And he said yes. I said, what are you eating, pebbles and earth? He said, yeah,
like, you actually make their heads Wi-Fi routers? That's so funny. That's so goofy. All right, well, I think we're at the top of the hour here. Yes, we are. Let me pop over here and see if we got anybody in. Yes, we do. What's up? How you doing?
What's up? How's it going?
Where's my camera at? There we go. It's going. How's it going with you?
Pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Lost Dolly yesterday, so that's what I had all the stuff pulled for my show. And then I'm from Tennessee. I live at the foot of a mountain.
Yeah.
Losing Dolly Parton is like if Elvis died while I was here.
Oh gosh,
so
I bet it was pretty crazy.
It's gonna be about Dolly today.
Fun.
I have to. You know what I mean?
You can't not, right?
For me, I'm from Tennessee. You know what I mean? She's like the not the wonder of the world where I live. All the stuff she's done, you know, for like kids.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Her literacy program with the free books, for all the money, preschool. Largest attraction in Tennessee is Dollywood.
Is it really? Wow.
Oh yeah, it's the largest employer of a home family.
Wow.
Like anybody in Tennessee. That's huge.
That's cool.
And people, it's crazy because people don't really think of Dollywood. It's like, but they're launching this year like some kind of a ride. I haven't pulled.
Interesting.
Like something. Yeah, but like it implements all these different things in it. Like it's the first, I think, ride of its kind and. At least in the South. I don't want to say America, but I don't know enough about it. But yeah.
Interesting.
Pretty wicked. Pretty wicked.
Yeah.
put apart. Yeah, so that's me. And then I had all this other stuff pulled, and then I was like, well, I have to give Dolly flowers.
Yeah, do Dolly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know, most people don't know she's the godmother to oh my God,
Miley
I should
Cyrus.
blank on her name.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't ask me how I knew that, but I did.
Yeah, she is. So I was like, oh, Dolly, Lord help her. Lord help her with
I remember how I knew that. They did a duet of Jolene together, and it was really good.
Mhm.
That's how I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So pretty cool. I mean, who wasn't want a godmother and Dolly Parton? Everybody loved her.
Mm-hmm. Hard not to.
She's trying to stay out of like politics and stuff too, where she didn't get, knowing where she's
She
from.
did do
I
the
would
whole
say
jab
she's
thing, but
conservative.
a lot of people got caught up by
I
that.
think I remember that. Yeah, I think I remember her.
She did a little
that.
bit,
I think I
and
do remember that.
chilled
yeah.
it and whatnot, but you can't. I see people blaming her for that. Like, guys, a lot of people fell for that shit. You can't just dump them all into the same bag. I'm sorry. They're people too. They fell for all the same shit so many other people did.
Yeah, well, like I think I will maybe talk about it too later at some point. But like to me, it's disturbing for me to watch people get so. It's either my way or the highway.
Mm-hmm.
And like I watch the anger being drummed up in a lot of people, which is I've never liked that. You know that. Like I'm always willing to listen to anybody's point of view. And I just don't like this. If you have to agree with somebody 100%, or they're not your friend anymore. I could never get on that train.
He's getting cuckoo out there.
Yeah, like I mean, maybe that's why I've set some level. I think because I've dealt with so many hosts here, I've had to have this kind of like, you'll have a host feel real strongly one way or another host feel strongly the other way. And I tried to ride that middle of it. I might not either understand another, one of the host's point of view, but I try to respect it. I don't have to understand it to allow them to have the voice. You always allow people here to, have their voice here. I mean, it's called the Patriot Soapbox. So, that's where I think it kept me kind of grounded, which I'm appreciative of. And then my sister, she thinks Trump's the second coming and had the Kamala signs in her yard, and I love her more than anybody in the world, and I know she's not an evil person. We completely disagree on politics, but I could never be, hate my sister,
Mm-hmm.
But it's just crazy to me. People kind of got
It
so
is.
either you do this or you do that, or you don't like this or you don't like this, and if you don't say this and you hate your country. And what I saw what you were just playing at the end with the name calling, like anti-Semite crap, like do they not understand we've been called names since 2017? When we were following an anonymous person on the chans, we were all crazy people. Then we were Nazis. Then we were racists. Then we were transphobes. Then we were anti-vaxxers. It's like the name stuff just doesn't work anymore.
Not anymore. Yep. Yeah.
All right, we'll go grab you some food. Tell Ray I said hi.
Will do. Yeah. You have a good show.
I will. Thanks, son.
Yeah.
See ya. Yep.
Okay. That's it for me, people. I'm out. I will be back Wednesday. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll see you in the morning.